Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial bite for Oxygen Not Included, which is all about meteor showers. I'm going to cover what they are, and how to protect your base from them. Meteor showers are regular events that will happen at the top of the map in the space biome. They are a very important part of the base game, but in the Spaced Out DLC they are much less important, as they only happen on the outer Regolith planetoid, and on the outer frozen planetoid after the temporal tear opener has been activated. Meteor showers last between 50 and 400 seconds, and during these periods there are three types of meteor that fall. The first is the small and fast dust meteor. These drop nothing on impact, but will cause damage to any building it hits, like all meteors. Secondly, there is the rock meteor, which are large and slow moving. As well as causing damage, they leave behind hot natural regolith tiles that must be dealt with. And the last type is a metal meteor, which are of a medium size and speed. Their colour depends on the type of metal it contains and drops on impact. These are purple for refined iron, red for copper ore, and green for gold amalgam. Meteor showers in the base game have seasons for each of the three types of metal meteors, as well as seasons of no meteor showers. The seasons always progress in the same pattern, and during the active seasons there are calm and active periods. There is randomness in the exact timings, so they cannot be easily predicted. In order to access space in the base game, or on those outer planetoids in the Spaced Out DLC, we need to be prepared. Meteors bring two issues to deal with, firstly the impact damage, and secondly the hot regolith buildup that can entomb buildings. They will damage every building in the game, with only two exceptions: the bunker tile and bunker door. These are made from steel, as are rockets in the base game, so you will need to make a significant amount to properly tackle this. I'd recommend at least 5 to 10 tons as a starting point, and for more information check out the tutorial bite for plastic and steel. Bunker tiles are quite straightforward, and are static tiles made from 100 kg of steel. Bunker doors are 4 tiles wide, made from 500 kg of steel, and can be opened to let rockets and light through. They will open if unpowered, but this will take 400 seconds, so they really need to be powered, then opening in 44 seconds and closing in 39 seconds. They will require 120 watts when doing this, so you can have 8 on a normal wire or 16 on a conductive wire without overloading it. Beware that the wires need to be steel or similar to avoid melting if rockets will be launched past them. In terms of placement, I would recommend putting these as high as possible to give you space to build. Generally doors are preferable to tiles to give you space for rockets and solar panels. I also want to mention here that meteors fall mostly downwards, so you actually want to avoid building a box as shown on the left, as it uses a lot of steel. Instead, build across the top and add some extra tiles or doors to either side to catch meteors that come in at a small angle. I've added about 10 tiles here either side, and for comparison, this design needs 3 tons of steel and the left design needs 8.7 tons. So step 1 to protect against meteors is to ladder up and across and put in bunker doors. I've run a conductive wire up here to provide power to them too. Below, there is a rocket and solar panel that we want to use and keep safe. Now the key to setting this up is automation, and how and when to open the doors. We can do this very simply with a switch, but this is obviously not ideal. To automate this, we need the space scanner. They are a bit odd as sensors, but very simply they detect meteor showers before they start. Each scanner has a scan quality from 0 to 100%, and to keep this strong it needs clear access to space. It will check a V-shape going upwards, and needs to be at least 15 tiles below the top of the map. To get a clear view, there can only be open doors and mesh or airflow tiles above it. Window tiles will partially block the scanning, as well as absorb light, so mesh tiles are better to use. The scanner also has a requirement to not have any other heavy machinery nearby, so keep machines and other space scanners at least 14 tiles away. Now each scanner can reach 100% scan quality, and when this is the case, it will contribute 16% to the overall network quality. This means 6 are needed to get 100% network quality. Each scanner will detect the same meteor shower at different times, between 0 and 200 seconds before it starts. The network quality is the most important factor, and what it does is improve the minimum warning time that the earliest scanner will give. This is guaranteed to be double the network strength in seconds. So as the bunker doors take 39 seconds to close, we need at least 20% network quality to make sure they close in time, which can be achieved with 2 scanners. As only one of these will turn on at the guaranteed minimum, we need to join them together. Remember to use steel for automation wires that cross any rocket launch areas. The final thing we need to add is a NOT gate to flip the signal. Scanners send a green signal when there is a meteor shower and the doors need to close. If the details are a bit confusing, then the key point is to have 2 space scanners at least 14 tiles apart and 15 tiles below the top of the map, connecting them with automation wire and then adding a NOT gate. The doors will close in time for when a shower comes and open again afterwards. This now solves the first problem of meteor damage, but Regolith is still an issue with this simple setup. Once the doors open, this Regolith will fall and will bury and overheat solar panels and space scanners, as well as burying rockets and blocking dupe access. So we need a way to deal with this Regolith before letting it fall. There are 2 ways I'm going to show, and the first is to use Robo miners. This is an intuitive way to deal with it by simply digging it before opening a set of airlock doors. Note that the miners are placed in a C shape to protect their top from the Regolith. They then dig out the area they can see, and using these together allows all the Regolith to be dug. These miners will generate heat when drilling, so there is a cooling loop that runs behind the miners to stop them overheating. A little drop of liquid is required to allow the heat transfer, as this cannot happen in a vacuum, so I'm using a window tile and drywall with some liquid bottle emptied onto it. After enough time has passed, the bottom doors then open. The automation isn't too complicated, and the scanner output from the NOT gate still runs to the top set of doors. Then a filter gate delays the green signal to the bottom doors to give the miners enough time to clear the debris. Remember, the doors take 44 seconds to open, and I've left around 80 seconds to dig everything, so this is set to 120 seconds in total. After this time, the Regolith is dug out and will fall as harmless debris. The other setup I wanted to show is similar, but instead of using miners, mechanized airlocks can chew the Regolith. This is quicker and easier to set up, but the automation is a little more complicated. Here's a demonstration of how it works. After the meteor shower, the top bunker doors are opened. Then once this completes, the Regolith falls onto the middle door layer that open and close to chew the Regolith into debris. And after that, both the bottom layers of doors open. Jumping into the automation overlay, the bunker door top layer and airlock bottom layer are exactly the same as the miner system, but the filter gate here is set to 70 seconds. To control the middle door layer of teeth, a timer sensor is used set to 5 seconds on and 5 seconds off. Connecting this straight to the doors will get them chewing, but they will do this all the time, which is no good. So to get the full design, we want to hold the doors open if the shower is happening, or enough time has passed after the shower for the Regolith to be chewed. To do this, we add 2 OR gates to all 3 wires together. The timer sensor for the chewing, and those other 2 conditions for holding it open. The condition for enough time after the shower has passed comes from the filter gate off the scanner, so this is the second input to the OR, and the condition for when the shower is active comes directly from the space scanner. Note that this branch of automation could be left out, and in that case, the teeth will chew during the entire duration of the shower. The last thing we can add to either design is the second use for the space scanner. By default, they detect meteor showers, but you can also have them track rockets returning. This is useful to open the doors when rockets return during a meteor shower. When used this way, they don't actually need line of sight to space, but are most conveniently placed near the door automation. They send green when the rocket is returning, so the logic is easy. Join this with an OR gate to the existing 3 sets of wires. The challenge here is usually trying to route all the wires using bridges, so think carefully. And that's all there is to meteor showers and oxygen not included. I hope this helps you access space safely, and thanks for watching.